and I am going to celebrate, whilst I talk about Boomer, by eating one of these. It's even Jen's loves Boomer. This is a cookie, and there's a reason why I'm eating this. I'm eating this because, to me, Boomer is a good cookie. Now, I don't know if you have that saying in the US where you say, you know, a good person is a good cookie, a bad person is a bad egg. Maybe that's just an English thing, I don't know. But anyway, it's a bit hard, this cookie, but never mind. Absolutely divine. I got it from Greg's. Used to work at Greg's. Didn't used to make cookies though. So anyway, I am one of the lucky people who have got to meet Boomer more than once in more than one different country, in fact. On my tour, my first American Dreams tour, I went over to the US, and Boomer was the person who met me from the airport in Chicago and drove me all the way, about 5 hours, all the way down to Hillsborough, where I was staying. And that was pretty important, because I remember being half an hour later and wondering if Boomer was still going to be there or not, because obviously it would be the first time I'd ever actually met him, and I just thought, ooh, you know, what if, because there was no way to communicate with them, and I was running at least half an hour, if not more, late. Anyway, they were there, and that really brings me to my first point. You know, there's a lot of people who pretend to be your friends, who you possibly shouldn't trust. Boomer is one of the people that I would absolutely trust, just completely. I do feel that he has extreme experience in areas where loyalty is very important. He's really sampled a number of different worlds, one of them being the priesthood. So obviously he has loyalty to God, he understands the workings of the church. He's also been in the military, in fact in the US Marines, so he understands the concept of camaraderie and brotherhood there. He's worked in what we in England would call local government or the civil service, and he's worked quite high up there, I believe. So he knows about, you know, overseeing things, directing things, getting things sorted. He has doubtless come across some of the worst workplace politics in the world, because I can't think out of, you know, the whole entire world, some areas more political than the church and government, certainly. So I believe he's one of the people that we can trust. He's never shown me anything that makes me think that he is not 100% sincere and just a lovely person. I'm going to keep eating, otherwise I'll be here all day. This brings me on to another thing, and that's that out of all the people that I have included in prayers in my blogs, Boomer has come up quite a lot, because he has been out in several war zones over the last couple of years, Iraq and Afghanistan, putting his life on the line to help other people. You would think when you see him writing, or when you hear about it, that he would be a lot older. He comes across as being, at least in what he says, because he's got a lot of knowledge, because he's quite wise, he comes across as being, sounding as if he's quite old. I was pleasantly surprised when I met him to find that he, you know, isn't more than about 10 years older than me. He's quite young. He's not as, I don't know the word, but he's not as old as he sounds. He's actually done an incredible amount in a very, very short space of time, which makes me wonder, you know, what Boomer will be like when he actually does get to being 60-year-old. You know, what else is he going to manage to do that he hasn't already done in his life? I hear now that he's sort of moving over to martial arts. I don't know if he's, you know, trying to set up a company, or if he's, you know, helping out with a local gym. He's on television. You certainly see that from the posts he has on the forum. So you can bet your bottom dollar he'll be getting into something and we'll probably be seeing or hearing from him, you know, what is going on there.
The Americans have gone to Stonehenge. This morning I went from my place in Wilston to Heathrow, which I've never been to Heathrow Airport before today. So I went to Heathrow and I met Boomer and Nathan at the gates. As of yet I can confirm that I don't have a ticket, so whether I shall end up in the cinema or whether I can get a low price ticket or not on the day, I don't know. We shall have to wait and see. It's not too much of a bother, to be honest. The people I've met alone today have made this trip worthwhile. Then I am going to make reconnections with Nathan and Boomer, and then the weigh-ins in the afternoon, and then goodness knows what they have planned for the night. I think Boomer's been pretty tired today. I hasten to add that it is so not completely my fault, all that he said, although yes, I suppose I should take some of the blame, really.
I also saw Boomer when he came over with part of the Hughes entourage in UFC, for UFC I think it was 85, that would be the one, and I met him over here, and you know, he said a lot of stuff about me being a deadweight.
So anyway, it's giving Dave, you know, the you know, kind of the rules, the guidance, and in an entourage, you all have to have some type of function, some type of purpose. You know, Nate is the creative mastermind genius. I'm kind of, you know, the plucky comic relief, and Dave, well, he's just dead weight.
It's totally untrue, and I will have you know that the last thing he said to me in real life, in person, was when I was just about to go down into the tube at Greenwich, North Greenwich Station, and he said to me, he said, "You're not a deadweight." So, you know, there we are. If that's the last thing I ever hear from him, that is what I shall take to my grave. So, I am not a deadweight.
I basically had a free £200 seat. I still can't get over how casually Boomer just says, "Oh well, you can have this ticket then," and I'm thinking, it's £200 tickets. I could never afford that. Never. I mean, I think the one that I went to at Manchester MEN was £100, and that was paid for me by my parents as part of my birthday present, I think. So, you know, I think the only other disappointment is that there was no after show thing, no after show party. I know that we got a lot of stuff, but I don't really know what happened to it. I certainly wasn't told. We parted ways, me and Boomer, after the thing. So he said that there was nothing going on. So I went home, and that I don't know. It would just have been nice if there was something.
So I've shared quite a lot of stuff and a lot of history on the forum with Boomer, because he is also a senior moderator, and he is possibly one of the few people, I think, who I would give the title of, you know, a person of greatness to, because I really feel that he actually is, you know, and I'm sure I'm not wrong there. I have no idea exactly what he thinks about me.
It's a big old piece of dead weight!
And that personally doesn't really bother me, because I don't place too much value on what other people think of me in terms of how I think the relationship is going. So I am friends with him whether he likes it or not. And I think that's probably about all I have to say. But generally speaking, yes, we do believe that that Boomer is a good cookie, and we are eating this and putting on weight I have. What a sacrifice. In honour of his birthday. So, happy birthday, Boomer.